This is Maria, and this is the Brown Couch Talks, and I have my friend here with me, Jeffer.
Hello. Very first guest.
Very first guest is Jeffer, and he is my classmate from grad school.
Yeah.
We did masters together, and we both graduated with not
A
really
good score.
not flying colors.
We're not in college anymore,
just
so
a good
no
score.
pressure. No pressure.
Yes.
Girl, you're finally doing it.
I know it took us a long time to actually or finally do it. Can you imagine?
You already did the first part. You all have the camera set up. You have microphone. Feels like professional.
I know. You guys wouldn't believe how much we've been trying to push for this for several months.
Right. I think the idea started around last year.
Around last year, fall season last year. And then I don't know what happened, but here we are.
Yeah, we'll get through that.
I know. It takes a lot of time to come to come up with a title, to come up with, what should be the episodes about, who should be the guests, who should be here, or what camera should you use?
Yeah.
What things should I buy? So.
And also I'm so excited on how this storyline will go through as we go on through each episode. It's like watching Game of Thrones or House of Dragons.
I'm actually very excited too because, I have people lined up sharing their own stuff. It's just not about me being my podcast, but basically, opening the platform for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I like. Shared experience.
You're sharing the experience basically because we are what? Immigrants. Filipino immigrants who came to Canada in the very modern world.
True. And that goes me to asking you this question actually. Why brown couch? Look at this couch.
Yes, I know. That brown couch idea is concept of living a humble life in Canada. After coming from a privileged life in the Philippines, I myself, I graduated private schools, Catholic schools. I started working in the government. I started serving my constituents. And it goes without saying that if you're working in the government back home, it's literally very privileged.
Would you say that it kind of a disadvantage?
Actually, yeah. You know what? Reflecting on it. So I imagine I live that privileged life in the Philippines. I get to drive cars. I get to go around. I get to eat out. I get to, go out with the family, go on trips every weekend, Not very typical, not very common to us Filipinos, right? Because mostly Filipinos would spend their weekends, being at home. Resting. Resting or sleeping in or drinking in their own houses.
Karaoke for sure.
Karaoke. Right? But my family would tend to, go to Manila, go to Laguna. We're from Batangas, so we go to Manila, we go to Laguna, we stay overnight in hotels, we go to these big malls in Manila. It's not like we're rich, but, you get that privilege of, enjoying the culture of the city, which is very, it's not very common back home. Right.
And also, mind you guys, the mall in the Philippines are
huge.
Massive.
It's very big.
I know. It's actually surprising when I moved here in Canada, comparing the malls back home and malls here. MOA Arena.
I know. They would say that, Metrotown is the biggest mall. And I'm like, no.
Visit MOA. There's an arena beside the mall.
I know, right?
And hotels too.
Exactly. Go to the Philippines. You'll get very confused as to where you go. Glorieta in Makati. What else? Mega Mall. Greenbelt.
Aura.
SM Aura.
SM Seaside. I think it's the biggest, one of the biggest.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I've heard about that place. Right? I came from that to going here to Canada. And I had to start from scratch.
For sure.
You had to start from scratch. So what I did was I looked for a job to sustain my living or lifestyle of some sort which is very difficult to maintain or sustain if you're going to do what you do in the Philippines.
Right.
Right? I had to look for a job, and it's not easy. Like back then when we started, 2021, the minimum wage was $14 per hour, if I'm not mistaken.
How much
15.
is it now? 17?
Right now it's going up to...
I think it's 17.
It's 17 right now, right? But back then it's only $14 or $15. And then you have to look for a job. And then me being a brat, I would look for a job and my salary expectation would be 22 per hour, which is very unrealistic, apparently. It's very unrealistic to have a 22 per hour job for someone who's starting like you.
True.
Right? So I had to suck up to it, take the job, the first job that would take me in, which I'm very happy to say that I'm still working with them. Very happy. They're very nice people. One thing that is here in Canada, really, really nice people.
Nice employers.
Right. Nice employers. I know, right? So I worked as an optometric assistant / receptionist in an optometry clinic. I was the new person, so technically I have all these duties of the junior or the noob. So I had to do the closing shift, stay there late at night. Coming from where I came from, it's something that I really did not expect to do. And from then on, that's when I realized, at first it was, depressing.
Yeah.
Because you came from that life and then you have to start from scratch here, mop the floors, sweep the floors, and be the subordinate. Be the subordinate.
But I think you're actually very lucky. Like, it's your very first job in Canada. You landed as a receptionist or optometrician assistant. Some people has to go from the scratch. You know what I'm saying? I think I started from the bottom.
Jeff, that's what I'm saying, because I didn't know that I was lucky to have that job back then. But when I got to stay here and got to know people here in Canada, got to know the culture, I just realized that, damn, I really got lucky to have that job. To be able to get hired to that job and learn from them, which actually brought me to what I do right now, which is really nice. I enjoy my job right now too somehow, although it's tiring. Canada. But yeah, it's very humbling to be actually realizing this. So that's when I actually started to build up to the Brown Couch Talks.
Yes.
We used to live with my grandparents, and then we had to move out.
Yeah.
And then it's like literally starting from scratch. The place that we moved into has nothing but microwave oven, stove, heater. That's all that we have. Literally, that's all that we have.
Imagine surviving with a cup of noodles for the first 7 days of your life.
Oh my God.
Just to get through.
I know, right? And you can't just buy furnitures because furnitures are too expensive.
Too expensive, girl. IKEA.
IKEA. You thought it's expensive already? Go to those local furniture stores. They're more expensive. And yeah, that's when it started. So, you know how there are stuff around, all around the city or even in the suburbs.
Like they would put it outside their garage.
Yeah, they would put it outside their houses. And that means that, anyone, it's up for grabs. Mm-hmm. Anyone can just get it. Whoever wants to get it, just go for it. So we saw this leather brown couch. Leather brown couch. 2 blocks away from our house, and we are missing one couch for the whole family. So what we did was actually grab the couch. 3 of us were actually bringing the couch. Can you imagine? My brother and my brother-in-law. We were, and you wouldn't. I know. You've seen our place. It's like sloping. Yeah, it's like a slope, slightly elevated. It's like slope. It's going down to my place, and the couch was there going up. So we had to like walk carefully, going down, and to maneuver the couch. And the thing is, we're not even living like say ground floor or apartment. We're living in a basement. Right. It's newly renovated, but it has nothing. But it has a stove. It has the oven. But it's a basement, and it's cheap. Yeah. Right? I mean, girl, with the housing prices right now in Vancouver, you cannot complain living in a basement as long as
You have all the things that you need: a bathroom, a bedroom, living room, kitchen.
I know. Well, I fell in love with it because it's very comfy. Like, when you're just at home, it's very comfy.
Feels
The
like
lights are very relaxing.
Good thing it complements the whole
I know.
environment.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a very nice place to live in.
Yeah.
We decorated the place and we got the first couch that we saw. That first brown couch, that's when I realized that life in Canada, a first world country, is very far from living in a third world country as a privileged person.
Yes.
It doesn't afford to it. It doesn't even level to it. You're living in a first world country. You have to check if the couch you're picking up has bugs on it. You had to make sure. But that's the idea, right? It's very humbling. It's very humbling. One thing that I've realized, it's that life here is very humbling.
It is.
And peaceful.
True. Agree.
Right?
Peaceful.
Right?
I feel more relaxed here.
And you have all this time in the world to actually, you choose to go to the park, go to the gym, or go to the beaches, or just walk around, explore the cafes. You don't even have to spend money.
Right. I mean, that's the beauty about in Canada. Like, you really don't have to travel 3 hours, 4 hours just to see a scenic route.
Yeah, I know.
5 minutes walk from here, actually, you can see English Bay,
right?
Town Marina side, Second Beach.
I know.
It's for free.
Exactly.
Now you can't complain why the city is expensive. You get what you paid for.
That's what I'm saying. But I think that's just in Vancouver, though.
Okay.
Go to the other cities. I don't think it's the same.
True.
I don't think it's the same, right?
Yeah.
But Vancouver is just really something that you would really fall in love with. There's work-life balance. And what else?
One thing that I also like, animals coexist with humans here.
Actually, you know what?
You see a geese in the Philippines, that could have been end up in...
You could have just lived there. That's funny. Dinner, breakfast, lunch, next day. That's true. And yeah, dogs there in the Philippines, we use them as guards, house guards.
And they all have like this change and locks and cages.
Outside the house, right? But here...
Ooh, guilty as charged.
Okay, but you saw how different it is with the dogs right now. You have Rocco.
Yeah. Feels like a child, actually.
I know.
They actually say it's more expensive to have a dog here in Vancouver than to have a child.
I think so too, because imagine you have to buy all these things. Even this, you guys have that, right? The plastic bags that you have to bring all around.
The poop bag.
The poop bag. Imagine you even have to have poop bags.
Winona actually bought I think a whole life supply for
Oh my god! She's bringing that back home too.
Yep. Rocco's flying on July 10th. Another heartache, guys. I think that's another thing that you have to be ready living abroad, because some people come and go.
Oh my god, why do you have to say that right now?
Anyway, what do you have here? You have some Filipino candy?
I have Choco Choco. My grandparents went back to the Philippines, and the only thing that I asked for them is to bring me
Choco Choco.
Choco Choco.
I love the cream stick.
Really? I like that too, but I don't know. I guess I have access to Choco Choco more back when I was a kid.
And you also have the
pastillas. I don't know if you guys have that too in
pastillas for us is like Bear Brand.
Yeah, but that's different. You have to try that. That's really different. That's hard pastillas. The Bear Brand one is soft pastillas.
Okay.
That is hard pastillas, and it's really nice too. It's still condensed.
Very Filipino opening. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you have to try it out. Try it out. It's really nice.
Is this sponsored?
No. Yeah. Sponsored by local shops. This is not sponsored, you guys. This is not sponsored.
Next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Right? I'm not sure if you guys have those.
It's like Yema.
It's like, yes, Yema, basically, but Yema is the triangle one, but that one is...
we have the circle ones,
rectangle ones too, right? Anyway, that being said, I'm from Batangas, but Jeff here
I'm from Bacolod.
From Bacolod. So, you have to tell us the story of what... If mine was humbling, let's see what's yours.
Well, hold on.
Sorry,
I'm still munching.
I've been feeding him too much pastillas. Actually interviewing him too.
Well, this decision of me moving here in Canada is actually just a COVID decision.
Oh.
You know, the world stopped.
I know.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Basically at home doing nothing. Bored. And then one day, I randomly sent application to different university all over the world. I think
You did? Really? I didn't know that.
3. I did send to UK, which is actually my first choice.
Okay.
Canada second, and New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And I told myself, whoever the first university to respond, I'll take the offer. And then I sent a letter if they have like scholarship program, this and that. I couldn't afford the whole tuition fee, so a scholarship will definitely help me. And then UCW actually responded so quickly. I think they needed student at that time.
I know.
So their marketing team are eager to grab students all over the world. And then fast forward to that, I think I arrived in Canada around August. You were just a month.
July 8th,
And as far as I remember, we're already doing online classes.
Yes, we are. I was still in quarantine when we were doing online classes.
Yes, still in quarantine.
You too, right?
I'm still waiting for my visa.
Yeah, I was in quarantine at the time. You were in the Philippines. We were starting our first class.
And also, I remember I have the
You
curly hair, and now I'm back with it.
I know. I remember you having the perm hair, and I thought that was natural.
And then the first time we see each other on our face-to-face class, I have a different hair.
But it's really weird because I witnessed. Well, we were students in UCW back then, but I witnessed how UCW students were as the time goes.
Yeah,
I have friends who graduated just about a year ago. My sister still studies in UCW. It's quite funny how things turned out, how things changed. Yeah, things just changed. That's all I can say.
Everything changes.
Like, it's very constant. It's a very constant change. And you're right. That's what you were saying earlier. Change in Canada is very constant.
Right.
That is very true.
And the fact that we have 4 seasons, actually, that makes it more wonderful. Like, in the Philippines, we don't have 4 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Yeah, just 2 seasons.
Wet and dry.
And to think of just always speaking, it's actually tiring.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes you need to step back, relax, reflect, and internalize everything before moving into your next goal and objective.
That is so true. Very timing.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure we have individual pressures in ourselves, may it be in career or personal.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. It's funny that you said that. It took me, when I graduated UCW, I know you've witnessed, my other friends have witnessed how difficult it was for me. I was having a freaking identity crisis. I want to work a job that would align to my course. In order for me to get my PR, which, by the way, until now I haven't even processed yet.
Still working on it.
We're still working on it. We're still on work permit. But yeah, it's funny how I just literally a year ago, I was so depressed. I was having this identity crisis. I finished my school, but I haven't gotten anywhere yet. After school, I worked in a casino, which is not really in line with my job.
Yeah.
And then the time of working there is demanding because you have to work different shifts, which really could ruin you.
It is like a new environment for you. You have completely no experience with casinos.
I have no experience with casinos. I had to start working 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shifts. And then I had to switch down to 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shifts. And then go back to the same shift of 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., which really ruined me. It really did. Like, I was so unhealthy back then. I stopped going to the gym. I stopped eating healthy, which is really, really, not good. The good thing that came out of that working in that casino is that I still have friends there.
That's always the beauty of every work.
I know. I love how I'm still connected to them. I haven't been working there for 8 months now, and they would still invite me to birthday parties. To dinners. It's so sweet.
I think generally speaking, that's what makes works easier. your workmates. You get to spend how long? 8 hours?
8 hours.
A day? With
Not
them?
even 8 hours, even nine because of the extra
overtime.
hours overtime.
So the people that is around you affects your energy.
That's true. That is true. Very true. Because if you are working with people too who what drains the heck out of you, then yeah, you wouldn't go anywhere.
I mean, I'm such an energy ball. But sometimes if I'm not feeling myself,
Yeah.
I'm not an energy ball.
Which is normal.
Yeah.
Right? Like as you said earlier, it's normal that you have to step back.
Step back.
That is actually that's one thing that I've realized living here too. Like it's not always the highs, like you said, but there are times that you are gonna feel like, oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm anxious. Oh, I feel lazy. Oh, I feel empty. Right? You feel those feelings. But what you can't do anything else. You can't do anything else but to actually feel it, to actually go through with it, sit on it, think about it, reflect on it, and keep feeling it until it's gone, and then go on with your life.
Also, I think it's a Vancouver thing. Like,
Right?
you know, the mood changes.
It's the season.
It's the season.
It's the season,
Yeah,
to be honest. It's the season. I at first I never believed that because I was like, I love rain too much because in the Philippines, rain is the best. I mean, sorry for those who are going to catastrophes and calamities. I mean, but I do love rain.
Yeah, we need rain. We need water.
I do love
water
rain.
crops.
Yeah, I do love rain in the Philippines. Like literally, if there's rain in the Philippines, you would watch the news. Why? Because you have to find out if the classes are canceled.
Right.
If classes are suspended, if work is suspended, if everything else is suspended. So that's what makes it like, you know, homey feely. Yeah, but here in Vancouver, if it's raining, you don't care.
It's a different kind of water dripping on your head. I don't know. How do I explain it?
Rainforest, right?
It's so sad and worry.
I know, and no, at the same, you're right. It's sad. It's different feeling, but at the same time, you can't stop your life because of the rain.
No.
In the Philippines, we're so used to it's raining. Automatically, we go. We're not gonna go out. We're just gonna cancel. We're gonna postpone. But when you're here in Canada and it's fall season or it's spring and it's raining, you have no other choice but to go on with your life.
You have bills to pay, girl.
You have to work. Like I feel like some people would say, I feel sad it's raining, but I'm like, what you gotta do? You have to work.
I'm tired. I'm not feeling well.
Like people would say that, which is really true. Like the seasons here makes things really different. I did witness it in my family how they're having their sad season because of this changes. These changes, like summer is very happy. The light is extended to extra hours
until 10
p.m.
11 sometime.
But if you go into winter and it's already dark by 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.
I work at a restaurant, so we open at around 7. The moment I go out of my house, it's still dark. I finish my shift. Dark.
I know it's weird,
but I do take that time to focus on myself. Actually,
yeah, I think
like on the season.
You know how the hibernate,
like just like
of
the bear,
people, right? Like when you can go all out when it's summer and a bit of fall season because there's still sun, and later in spring because there is sun already. But there's really time in your life throughout the year that you have to hibernate. And that's what winter is for.
I agree.
That's what winter is for. I know that too because I ended up not going out anywhere last winter.
What did you do?
I don't know. At home?
I remember I was just working out a lot. I think for the fitness industry, it's called bulking season.
You know what? That's one more thing here in Vancouver, right? Like people are crazy for health.
I know. I think it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, and it actually influences you. It does. I worked with this girls at the clinic at one point in the optometry clinic. We all have Apple Watches. So what we did was we friended each other on the app, fitness app, and then we actually had this small competition. Like whoever wins this week is whoever wins this week or wins this day gets free coffee.
That's
stuff
actually
like
good
that.
motivator.
Which just really influenced me too much. Like back in the Philippines, best I could do for exercise is a bit of yoga and a few treadmill walks and walking from my house to the lakeside, and that's it. But here, I started to learn how to do more weight training. I started to, well, as you know, I'm currently running.
There we go.
Which is it's very fun. Actually, I never thought that I would run in my whole life.
I think it's really good that you start to invest in your, fitness life.
I know.
If you want to live long.
Exactly. I remember when we hiked Tawama's Chief in Squamish. Oh my God, I feel bad because there's like 4 of us, and I'm the only one behind.
At least though, you have the reference point of where you are into hiking.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
And I love your shoes, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I actually got. No, you know what? I had to get these because I never bought shoes since 2 years ago. Because I really wanted to invest in running.
That's actually true. Like, you actually need to invest in good running shoes.
Yeah, I know.
I started running with the crappy shoes, and I paid a price for it. I got blisters. I got
Really? What
injuries.
shoes is it? We're not going to put this in there, but you have to tell me.
It's not about the brand. It's about what you paid for.
Oh, well,
I got like $80, $90 shoes. So the pain was on me. And then I switched to these shoes that I bought for a little bit higher price.
Yeah.
But it does the job right.
Yeah, I know.
I don't feel any pressure on my joints.
Oh my God. I actually tried them out yesterday, but I think I'm still trying to adjust to it because it's new. So I have to learn how to do the runner's tie knot or whatever.
And also, disclaimer, we are actually not comparing Philippines and Canada. We are comparing our individual experiences while we were in the Philippines.
Exactly.
Because we just want to have like a touch point basis.
It's different for every person, you know? Even if you live in the same family or if you live in the same household, your experiences from Philippines to Canada is different.
Exactly.
It's really different. I remember knowing someone and the person's like, I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, there's nothing to go. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. And I'm like, dude, you have to look around. There are free stuff that you can do. You can go to the beach. You don't have to pay a dime. You can go to the park. You can just sit there and it's really nice. I remember I even went to the park yesterday after the run and I was just sitting there and it's just very peaceful. You know, it's just very peaceful by the river and it's very satisfying and everything. And I think, it depends on the perspective of the person on how they want to.
And honestly, there's so many good parks all over Canada. I think this place is built for creative amusement.
I think so. It's
like a set. It's like a Hollywood set. Like the city itself. No wonder why there's a lot of U.S. companies travel to Canada just to shoot a movie or film.
Yeah, because every neighborhood is different. Every part of Granville or West Georgia itself here in downtown is different. Just one thing that I realized. Because I didn't know that West Georgia is the longest one going to Stanley Park. So if you look into the Granville area, it's all, very city-like. There's homeless people, a lot of people walking around. And then you move a few blocks into it, and there's the Gucci, Dior,
the business,
the business and the financial industry, the financial district. And, go deep further into it, and then there's the Denman.
The Denman
English
Street.
Bay.
Yeah, Stanley Park is there.
And Davie.
Street.
The gay street. The LGBT
vibrant
street.
neighborhood. A lot of creative folks.
I know, the Pride neighborhood
Great
is there.
foods.
Exactly. You know what? I've gone around to eating into more restaurants in Davie and Denman.
It's like the corner where I work around
that corner that you're working at.
Davie and
that corner that you're working at. I love the Mediterranean grill right there.
Yes, to that.
It's $22 but it would feed you twice.
Exactly. The kebabs.
The chicken shawarma plate.
Falafel. Oh my
We should
God.
go there. No, I'm
I
kidding.
think also that's a wonderful thing about living in Vancouver.
Yeah.
The cuisines are amazing. You just have to find those local restaurants.
And local. You said it. Local restaurants are really good.
And that made me think that these locals are actually just immigrants like us, bringing their culture from wherever country they've come from and put up a business here. And there's so much beauty to it.
And it's so nice to actually experience that culture.
Yeah, I don't have to travel to Greece to try.
I know. I don't have to.
The lab.
That's true. You don't have to travel to these European countries. You don't even have to travel to Italy. There's like good Italian restaurants in Gastown.
Main Street too.
In Main Street too. Mm-hmm. There's good ones in Main Street, and those Michelin rated restaurants, you could even try them out. They would offer like Dine Out Vancouver. Remember? Yeah. Dine Out Vancouver, they're gonna offer cheaper price for their menu, which is really nice because not everyone can afford that much.
Did you know sushi's the California roll was actually invented in Vancouver?
Really? You know what? I was just saying that telling my bosses the other day that I didn't know that a lot of things are invented in Vancouver.
So many things.
And I feel so proud. I'm not even a citizen, but I'm so proud. A lot of things are invented in Vancouver. Can you imagine Lulu? Bessie's.
Yeah.
What else?
Boston pizza that is not actually from Boston.
See? You wouldn't even believe it.
Have you heard of the story about it?
I didn't know the Boston pizza.
I think it's a guy from Greece who immigrated to Canada.
Yeah.
Who wanted to create a business. He's like an entrepreneur, I would say. And I don't know, for some reason he wants pizza. And he named it Boston Pizza.
And it's huge right now.
It is, and it's actually really good.
Well, that and a lot more has happened in the past 3 years. Since 2021, we have been living this wonderful life in Vancouver, a life of, peace, calm, tranquility, or whatever.
Freedom.
Freedom? You're right. But yeah, here's to more. So thank you so much for being in my podcast today. There's no better first guest than you.
It's a privilege to be the first guest. At least for the first time, I got chosen first.
Oh my God, you would call that hugot back in the Philippines, right? It's coming from the heart. But yeah, I'm so happy to have you today. It's such a privilege. I love that we're doing this finally. We used to do this off the camera, but now we're just sharing it to the people on camera and on recording. So
and I just want to say congratulations. It's a huge step to actually do the first episode.
I know.
I mean, I've been pushing you for tons of times already.
Many times that we tried it, but thank you so much. He's the first person I actually came to for this podcast, and he has helped me a lot. And also credits to him. He's the one who made my logo, by the way. And all these other ideas. So thank you so much, Jeff, for being with me today. So you have to plug your brand to them.
Oh yeah, I am doing my summer project again. It's a swimwear business. So my Instagram page is @_archivewear, or you can also find it in my bio in my personal Instagram @Jeffrey&Son.
Yes, you guys have to look into that. If you guys want something for summer, you have got to purchase one from my archive wear. I know I will. I will, for sure. I'll be confident enough to do that now. Anyway, thank you so much. And this is Brown Couch Talks. Thank you so much for listening in.
See you soon.
We hope to see you again, and we hope to talk to you somehow again.
So many things to talk about. Goodbye for now.
Bye.